everyone, so I am back with another video. I actually just got ready because this afternoon my sister and I are going to the States to do a little bit of drugstore makeup shopping. So I had originally thought I would include what I'm going to show you today in one big haul, but because this stuff was bought here and the other stuff will be from the States, I figured I would just do a quick little video showing you some Back-to-MAC products that I recently picked up. Now, if you don't know what Back-to-MAC is, and I'm sure most of you do, it's basically a program that MAC Cosmetics runs where if you bring back 6 recyclable products, there's certain products that don't work from the brand, but the majority of their packaging is recyclable, then you get 1 free product. If you go to a MAC counter, I believe you can only get a lipstick or lip gloss, but if you go to the MAC freestanding stores, which is what I did, you can also get eyeshadow. So I have a bunch of new eyeshadow to show you. So me and my sister last week just cleared out a whole bunch of junk from her bathroom. I didn't realize what a makeup hoarder she was. I knew I was, but I was like shocked by the amount that she had also. All the stuff that I had, things we'd used up, things that we were probably just never going to use anymore. And so we ended up getting 5 eyeshadows, which when you think about it is a little bit sick because that means that we turned in 30 old products. So yeah, I'll get started and show you the different shadows that I picked. So the first 2 shadows I picked out are not new to me. They are staples in my collection. I just find that especially when you depot your MAC eyeshadows and you get kind of down to that last little bit where you're starting to hit pan, the shadow tends to crumble and fall apart, and it was just making a huge mess in my palette. So I figured while I could get them again for free, or I guess it's not technically free because I turned in 30 products, but if I could get them without having to pay for them right now, I would. So the first color that I picked out is Copperplate, and this is one of my all-time favorite colors. It's just this sort of steel matte gray. It has slight purple undertones. This just looks really nice in the crease for creating some definition. While I tend to go with more of a warm tone for my crease, like MAC Soft Brown, which I have on today, this is just really nice if you're doing a smoky eye, you want to do a bit of a cooler eye, you don't want to have all that warmth to it. It just looks really nice, sort of makes this nice definition without being too dark. And I love the MAC matte shadows. I find them so creamy, so soft. It's my favorite formula from MAC. I'm just a big matte shadow girl. So that is the first one that I picked up. The next one I picked up is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. It is called Handwritten, and I will show you here. It's just this really gorgeous, deep, chocolatey brown, and it has warm undertones, but it also sort of has a little bit of an orange undertone, but it also has a little bit of a purple undertone. And so that's what makes it work so nicely with so many different shadows. I would pair this to smoke out like a rose gold look. I would pair this to smoke out more of like a purpley taupe look. Again, it's a matte, so it's super soft, super creamy. I absolutely love this thing. It also works really nicely as a brown eyeliner if you don't want to kind of go with the traditional black. Definitely one of my favorite colors from MAC, and one I would highly recommend everybody check out. So the next 3 eyeshadows I picked up are all new to me. They're a little bit, I guess you could say, boring. All neutrals, 2 are matte, 1 has a little bit of a shimmer to it. I used to be into the really colorful MAC eyeshadows. I have a ton of purples, a ton of blues, a ton of greens, but I tend to be more of a neutral girl these days, so I wanted to go with things that I knew I would get a lot of use out of. So the first one that I picked up is in the color Yogurt, and it's just this really soft, pretty matte beige with very strong pink undertones to it. My sister said it was pretty boring, and she didn't understand why I would want it because while it does have a lot of payoff, I mean it swatches beautifully, it sort of blends into my natural eyelid color, but I just really like shades like this because you can kind of sweep it all over the lid to sort of create a base for creating other looks. I think this would just really be nice for popping on the middle of the lid if you're just doing like a smokier look, just to sort of bring some sort of like light to the eye without it being that sort of really stark white, which I don't always love. So that is Yogurt, and it is super pretty, and like I said, again, a matte and very, very creamy. Next up, I picked up the shade Quarry. This is another matte, surprise, surprise. I haven't had this shade before. I've heard a lot about it, and when I swatched it, I couldn't believe how pretty it was. It sort of has everything. It's got grays, it's got browns, it has a bit of a purple undertone to it. Swatches beautifully, again, like all of the MAC shadows. This would be a really nice crease color again that would kind of fall between the really warm soft brown and the really cool tone Copperplate. But I also think this would make sort of a nice all over lid color, just very simple, some mascara for sort of an everyday daytime kind of look. I really, really like this color, and I know I sound like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but because it is matte, and I think those are the best formulas for MAC shadows personally, it swatches beautifully and has a lot of really nice color payoff to it. Last but not least, I have a non-matte shadow, which is, gasp, everybody's shocked. It is actually a velvet eyeshadow, and it is in the color Smut, and it's this really nice sort of smoky purple gray. It looks really nice, sort of worn along the lash line as an eyeliner. I was wearing it the other day and just sort of wore this all by itself with a little bit of MAC soft brown in the crease for just a really, really simple smoky eye, but it still looks very nice. I must have other velvet eyeshadow formulas. I just haven't really, I don't know which ones I have, and I haven't heard of the finish as much as some of like the satins, sorry, the mattes. It has really good color payoff. It's not super shimmery or anything. Like, you can tell it has a little bit more of a sheen than the matte shadows, but it's definitely not over the top with shimmer or glitter or anything like that. So that is it for my little mini MAC haul. Be sure to leave me a comment below. Let me know your favorite MAC shades, because once I depot these and get rid of a few other products they have, I'm going to be back-to-macking them for more eyeshadows. So definitely let me know if there's any eyeshadows you think I definitely need to check out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!